you beautiful people out there, what is going on? This is your friend Birdie coming at you fast with some more Call of Duty Advanced Warfare gameplay, and today we are actually going to be talking about Black Ops 3 and the esports reveal that happened at Gamescom today. So, in case you missed it, a lot of stuff went down. They talked about a lot of stuff that's going to be in Black Ops 3 when it comes to esports, and I'm very excited, and I want to share my opinion on it with you guys in this video. So, first thing I want to talk about is how they simplified league play. Now they are calling it Arena. If they call it Esports Arena or just stick to regular Arena, I don't know what they're going to end up calling it. They just briefly mentioned the name, but it is simpler than league play. It's not going to be a point system like league play was, where you had plus 150, minus 10, or anything like that. It's literally just going to be wins and losses. Wins and losses, and that's it. You win, you rank up, you lose, you rank down. That's about it. And there's going to be 20-something ranks, and then there's going to be the Masters Division after those 20-something ranks. So they didn't really go into too much detail on that. That's pretty much how it's going to be. Also, if you disconnect or if you leave prematurely, I think that counts as 2 losses. So I don't know if you'll get D-ranked twice or if that's only 1 D-rank, or I don't know exactly the specifics of that. But the actual system itself has changed from points to simply wins and losses, which I think is a good thing. I like that. It keeps it simple, it keeps it nice, it keeps it clean, keeps it easy. So that is the first major difference that I noticed. The second biggest difference that I noticed is the CODcaster stuff. Obviously, all the CODcaster stuff is really cool. If you're not actual CODcaster, or if you're thinking of being a CODcaster, you have a bunch more toys to play with. And while watching the gameplay, it looked really awesome. I really, felt involved. I knew what was going on at all times. They just made it so much easier. They also have some extra stuff where you can edit the names of the teams before the match starts. So if it's not like a big tournament like an MLG tournament, if it's just like a local kind of online tournament and you're CODcasting for it, like Hot Shot tournament or something like that, then the CODcasters can change the names of the teams to the actual team names. So that could be really cool and really helpful to use as well. Next, they went over a veto system, which I thought was amazing. It's like League of Legends, where every single player on each team, so a total of 8 players, choose whether they want to ban or protect a piece of equipment, a weapon, a score streak, whatever. They get to choose whether they want to ban or protect it, and that just puts so much more meta into the game. That makes Call of Duty way more of a smarter game. Grammar thing? Grammar? I don't know. But it just makes everything more complex. But I know I've had rants before where Call of Duty is meant to be simple, but this could be interesting, okay? I don't know how well it's going to work out. In theory, it seems like it's going to be amazing, because League of Legends already does this where you can ban other champions so people can't use their strategies against you, but at the same time it can be really annoying. It just ends up being a very strategic maneuver when it comes to, banning and protecting certain guns. So if you know a player on the other team is really good with a certain type of assault rifle, you can ban that right off the bat. Or if your team has a weapon that they want to protect because 3 out of the 4 members use that weapon, then they'll protect it. So it's very interesting the way that works. Next thing is that specialists and their abilities are going to be a thing in Black Ops 3 esports. So depending which specialist you choose and which one of their abilities you choose does make a difference. For example, you want to be an objective player who, runs the uplink ball faster. You want to pick Ruin, and you want to pick his overdrive ability to make him go super lightning fast and stuff like that. So, OBJ players would pick that character, and then maybe a Slayer would pick the Reaper, the Reaper guy with his scythe, Gatling gun, and death machine, so they could slay out a bit more. I don't know. It's really cool. It's really interesting. We'll just have to wait and see how, all this whole new meta plays out, because it's going to be really cool. And they did mention that they were trying to make it as balanced as possible when it comes to, different characters and their abilities and different weapons and stuff like that. So hopefully that does stick true, and it's not just one gun or, one type of gun like the Ballare someone that's absolutely dominant the entire time. Because if they're going to have this veto or banning system, they need to have multiple guns that can all be viable in case some get banned. So, we'll have to see how that plays out. People are going to have to be good with almost every gun in the game, so that's going to be very interesting to see as well. Now, The next thing that I want to talk about is how just my overall opinions on it. Just how I think the game looks great. I think it looks very fluid. I like that uplink is coming back, and I like that they still managed to make it work. Even though there's no crazy jetpacks anymore, they still have that little boost thing in the air, which I think it's a bit better, because now you can, like, wall run, you know, and jump off the walls and do a slam dunk and stuff like that. I think that's pretty cool. With all these specialist abilities and everything, all these game modes become a bit more complex. Hardpoint, I like the new changes they made to Hardpoint, where the timer only goes down if you are in the hill. Pretty much there's no timer, so you won't be winning hardpoint games anymore by letting the clock run out. Every single hardpoint game will have 250 points somewhere on some team at the end of the game. You can't just win by running out the clock. You have to actually win by capping out on the score limit, which I think is pretty awesome as well. You know, I think that's how you should play hardpoint. I don't think it's fair for people to win by timing in hardpoint, so that's good too. So, you know, Treyarch so far does not disappoint. Treyarch is awesome when it comes to that kind of stuff, but the biggest thing that everybody was questioning, that everybody had in their minds, that they weren't sure what was gonna happen, Vonderhaar pretty much confirmed on stage after all the gameplay was shown that PlayStation is the home of competitive Call of Duty, which means that yes, competitive is coming over to the PlayStation 4. That means all the big tournaments, the 2Ks, the 5Ks, the 10Ks, the pro point system, all that is gonna be coming over to PS4. All the pros, just go and check Twitter if you don't believe me, man. All the pros already know. Alright, they are already buying all their PS4s, and they're Snapchatting them and taking pictures of them and doing fuck knows what with them, and I don't even want to know, but they're doing it. And it's happening. So whether you like it or not, whether you're on the Xbox just for competitive and you bought the Xbox One to play competitive and all that, well, now you can play Halo 5 instead, because it's going over to PS4, and that's just how it's going to be. So, you know, what do I think about this? As a person who has both consoles, I didn't really care what happened. I do think the PS4 is the better console over the Xbox One, just from personal preference. I do own both, for your guys' information. I'm sure you guys would have known that if you were back in the Ghost days, but it just makes sense, you know. Like, everybody was talking about, like, months and months before this day, when the first wind of news about it happening was blowing around. Everybody knew that it was going to be PS4, especially when Call of Duty announced that they were going to have that PS4 exclusivity contract that Xbox currently has with Advanced Warfare and all that kind of stuff. It just made sense. It just makes sense on a business standpoint, and it makes sense on a performance standpoint, because the PS4, in my opinion, can perform better than the Xbox One, can perform a bit more cleanly than the Xbox One, has less problems than the Xbox One, at least that I know of right now. So, you know, it's not biased. I'm not trying to be a fanboy or anything. It's just, it just makes sense, again, from a logical business standpoint for Activision to do that, from a competitive standpoint for MLG to do whatever Activision and Treyarch do with their game, with whatever system they choose. So it just all makes sense, and it's just a whole domino effect. So pretty much, and everybody on Twitter is already saying this as well, Vonderhaar didn't exactly state the words that, yes, all MLG tournaments will be played on PlayStation 4 consoles, but he did say that PlayStation 4 is the home for competitive Call of Duty. So that is enough for me. I'm pretty sure that it can be confirmed. Can confirm, question mark? Yes, you can. PS4 is going to be the home of competitive Call of Duty, as Vonderhaar said. So there you guys have it. That is my spiel on the Black Ops 3 reveal. If you found, you know, if you found something interesting, or if you want to point something out on the stream that I didn't really talk about that much, that you think is really interesting, you want to share, then leave a comment down in the comment section below. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please drop a like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. As always, make sure you all have a wonderful day.